Welcome to Alpine Daily for Tuesday. Last week we were talking about the persecuted church and talking about how Christians all around the world are dying literally for their testimony of Christ. And I wanted to follow up on that by thinking about another kind of death, to realize in Mark chapter 8, we're going to see that in order to really follow Christ fully, you also must die. Maybe not a physical, literal death, but Jesus says that you must die to follow him. Let's read that passage. It says that Jesus then called the crowd to him along with his disciples and said, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must," here's the qualifications, "deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me and the gospel will save it." Now, when Jesus is talking about taking up your cross, a person who was listening during those days would have known exactly what he meant. He meant that a person would die. A person carrying a cross was a person who was about to be executed by crucifixion. And so there's a kind of death that he's talking about, and he explains exactly what that is when he talks about denying ourselves. And when we think of self-denial, a lot of times we think of like giving something up, like for Lent, or giving up something that we like, or that's nice, or that's comfortable. But to deny yourself is to stop trying to be in charge. It's a matter of death to the control over your own life, your own way. It's a death to the independent exercise of your will apart from God's will. We're talking about a regime change where in that part of our souls that wants to be in charge is deposed. In fact, more than that, is actually assassinated in favor of the rule of Jesus as Lord of our lives. Now, our natural inclination is to hold on to the old life. We want to secure lives as we know it. Even as inadequate as running our own lives as poorly as we do, we want to hang on to control. So Jesus said, you know what? If you want to try to save it, you're going to lose it. But if you're willing to lose it, then you're going to find it. You're going to have something even better. But even though the old life that we lived is not worth keeping, we'll do almost anything to avoid taking up the cross, at least in the areas where it really matters the most. So I want you to understand that the passage is not just some heavy call to serious followership or just dying and crucifying and all the rest. It's really about new life. God is a giver of new life. This is an invitation, verse 36, to gain something that's worth the whole world. It's something far greater than whatever it is that we're trying to hang on to. And so I want to ask you today, are you willing to let go of the steering wheel of your life, to let God run the show? More than that, are you willing to really let the old you that wants to call the shots die so that Jesus could rule? Here's a few things you could pray about this morning, today rather, and just ask God to apply this in your life and to pray for others at Alpine Church today as well. Thanks for checking in. God bless you today.